22 years ago, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer with mets to the bone. Did a bone scan and found out that I had broken my pelvis in 3 places. That I had a tumor on the inside wall of my pelvis, and they didn't know what type of cancer it was. They first went in and did a biopsy, and they said, well, we know what this is, and the prognosis isn't good. They told me that I'd have, at best, a 30% chance that it would go into remission, and that there was no cure. But they officially had to wait for the results of the biopsy to come back. So the biopsy came back and they said, well, we have good news and bad news. And the good news is it's not what we thought it was. The bad news is we've never seen this type of cancer in the bone before. And they told me that the treatment would involve intense chemotherapy, and that they would have to cut out and replace over half of my pelvis with either man-made material or cadaver bone. And the hardest thing for me going into it, they brought paperwork out to me for me to sign while I was still with it mentally, knowing that the treatment was going to be rough, and I had to sign papers saying if they had to save my life, that they could amputate my leg. So they told me if I ever walked without crutches or a cane, that I would have a noticeable limp. So being able to do this 20 years later, 22 years later, is just a blessing. I went through all my treatment. They did a biopsy. They found out what it was. I went through the treatment. I've just been incredibly blessed. I was told I'd never walk without crutches or a cane. I was told that I'd never be able to have kids. I've got 2 great kids, a great wife. They all help me with my training. My boys ride with me, they swim with me, they run with me. And every day they're getting stronger, and it's challenging me more. I have to get faster just to keep up as they get older and stronger. But it helps, it gives me a reason to keep going, to keep training, keep learning things to work on with them. And the first year in the full, when I came off the Walnut Street Bridge, and my family was at the end, that was a pretty overwhelming feeling. To see my family that I wasn't supposed to be able to have, they were standing right at the end of that bridge. And seeing them smile at me and knowing that they had helped me train to get to that point, that was an awesome feeling. That it was just a celebration of the ability to be here and be able to participate, to be blessed with the ability to swim, bike, and run. So in some way, every one of us is going to be touched by somebody that has cancer. And if my story helps somebody else realize that, hey, this isn't the end, you know, there is hope, I can get through this, and it encourages them to keep fighting. I think that goes a long ways. It's kind of like IRONMAN, you give up, it's over. If you don't give up, and just keep plugging along, keep training, keep going, it's possible. Anything is possible, no doubt.